This is not turning out the way I thought it would. Now I look like I have a sunburn. Is this gonna be a mistake? Maybe. Not the best, but not horrible. Hello everyone, welcome to my full face of makeup samples. I have been collecting these Sephora samples for many years at this point. I have no idea why I haven't used any of them, but I figured with the Sephora savings event coming up, I would give you my first impressions as well as some recommendations while doing my makeup with all of these products I have never used before. So, very excited. I think the only thing I don't have is mascara because I actually usually use that when I get a sample of it. But otherwise, I think I can do a full face. So, let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see what I've got. I figured I would just empty the whole bag. I even have some like skincare samples in here too. I don't know what I'll end up using. Maybe I should organize it into section of makeup type, basically. Let's do that first. Okay, so it looks like I have a ton of foundation to choose from. That will be a really tough choice. I have a few concealers to go through. I'm thinking I really want to try the Charlotte Tilbury one. I've got some face powders and it looks like I actually used the translucent one already. I might have to use this other color for my face and maybe set under my eyes with this one. Hopefully it's the right shade. I've got a few primers here, two of the Milk Hydro Grip primers as well as the Bobbi Brown face base. I think it's still kind of a primer, but we'll see. I even have a bunch of skincare. Maybe I'll put like a moisturizer or something on before I start. And then I have these cream blushes, cream highlights, as well as my only bronzer that I think I've actually tried this one. I'm pretty sure, but we'll give this one a try. Thankfully, I do have a bronzer. Otherwise, I guess I could have used this, maybe. I don't know. That's basically it. I might just do like some shimmer on my eyelids. I don't know, some bronzer in the crease, nothing crazy. And then these are my lip choices. The Buxom Pump Up the Volume. There's 3 in here, I think. Yes, 3 different shades, as well as the Tom Ford. Maybe I'll use a mixture of both, but yeah, we'll see what inspires me. All right, my face is clean and ready for makeup application, but I am going to start by applying the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops Ultimate Glow and Brightening as my first step. This is actually the birthday gift that I got this year. It also comes with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA toner, but I'm not going to use that one today. I'm just going to use this. Comes out in a little gel kind of consistency. It's pink, which is cute. It smells like watermelon. I figured as much, or at least I hoped. I love watermelon. Oh, it smells so good. My face already feels kind of like moisturized or plump, and it provides just a little bit of tackiness, which might even be good for makeup. I don't think that's like the point of it, but my skin feels really good and smells a little bit of watermelon, which I do love the scent of that. But this product does say it is a multi-use highlighting serum that hydrates invisibly. It reduces the look of hyperpigmentation for a dewy, reflective glow without mica, glitter, or gray cast. So yeah, I think it gave me a little bit of a glow. Not too crazy, but I like it so far. Excited to continue using this. This is probably like the biggest sample, even if you want to call it a sample or like a mini size, but it does come in a standard size and as well as a value size. I think that the mini size 15 milliliters, actually yeah, that is what this is. So it's not even a sample. Oops, whatever. I'm gonna follow it up with the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion, and it's just a hydro plumping, skin transforming, weightless moisturizer. Figured that would be a good next product to use before makeup. So like it says, it is a gel consistency. I put way too much, but there's so much in the packaging, it could probably be used like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times if you don't put so much on your finger right off the bat. It's got a slight scent, but nothing like perfumey or anything, but it does feel really like lightweight and like almost watery. I mean, I didn't put a crap ton, I just put some on Anthony's face because I had so much on my fingers, but all right, taking it down my neck. Amazing. I feel very hydrated now. I mean, it might be a combination of the two. I think I have tried not their gel lotion, but the other one that's like Confidence in a Cream or something like that, and I really liked it a lot actually. It's just got a really high price point. I usually just use Aveeno on my face, much lower cost, but I did love it a lot. So if you have a little bit more dry skin and want to go for that one, I would actually recommend that one. And if you have maybe more acne prone skin, skin or not worried about dryness, the gel lotion might be the one that you would want to go for. So that's my moisturizer, and now let's prime. So the question is, do I use the Bobbi Brown face base or the Hydro or the Milk Hydro Grip Primer? Since the face base is more of like a priming moisturizer, I'm gonna go with the Milk one instead and save this one for, I don't know, another one of these videos if you want to see that, or just, you know, another time. I've actually heard a ton of great things about this primer. Apparently it is a very good makeup base and just like really helps everything stick on really well. It says it is an award-winning invisible makeup primer with 94% natural gel formula that smooths skin, grips makeup up to 12 hours, and locks in hydration. So let's lock in that hydration right now, if I can open it and not eat it. It's a little liquidy. I actually thought it would be more thick than it is. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up. Kind of liquidy, but still gel-like. I actually love the fact that when you order online on Sephora, you have the option of adding samples. I know I have like so many and I never use them, but it's a great opportunity to try new products because otherwise I usually get the like mini one and it's not as cost effective as buying the regular size. But then if I don't like it, I just get worried. I mean, they do have a great return policy if you do like try it once and you don't like it. I'm pretty sure you can still bring it back and they just use it as tester products. I don't know if the pandemic like changed anything like that, but that's something that Sephora does, which is nice. Yeah, it's a great way to try products. It feels like my skin is tacky, hydrated. I mean, I've put a lot of hydrating products already, so I can't speak on that, but I like the way my skin feels, so let's try some foundation. Now this is gonna be tough because I have too many. I've got the Lancome one, I've got Too Faced, which I've actually tried once before and I wasn't a huge fan of it. The Born This Way, I mean, a lot of people rave about it. Maybe I could give it a second try, I don't know. There's this tinted face oil, which I think I'll go for something more high coverage or higher coverage. I really want to try the Rare Beauty one at some point. I wonder what shade I would be. That's the other thing. If they don't have my shade in the sample, I'd have to give them away somehow. Okay, I think I've decided on the Rare Beauty one. It is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation, and there's even a primer in here, which I didn't realize. I think I'm gonna use 160C. I don't know if it's my shade exactly. We'll see. Let's try it out. And then if not, we'll have to mix with a different sample. The one thing about samples, unfortunately, especially when you don't use them fast enough, looks like the product has like separated just a little bit. I'm just gonna mix it around with my brush and try and make it right. This is the color of it. Not quite, I don't think, perfect. Actually, maybe I was wrong. I'm just using the Real Techniques 200 brush. There's not too much of an overpowering scent, which is nice. It's got like a light fragrance, but nothing crazy. More like just like product smell, if that makes sense. And so far the coverage seems okay. It's very light, not too heavy. I know I technically didn't use the Rare Beauty base, which maybe could make or break a product if you don't use their like specific other products. I'm not sure how I feel. I mean, I'm also a ghost. My skin is very pale, but at the same time, the shade, like, I don't know, it doesn't match my neck or anything. I'm looking very pale. We can probably fix that with bronzer. I feel like you can see everything, like my skin texture, like a lot. And I'm a ghost. Okay, let's fix this now. Do I use a concealer as a contour situation? I don't know. It's just sitting on my skin and I'm feeling self-conscious about it. This is not turning out the way I thought it would. All right, let's just see how it settles in, if it does. I don't know, like, did I put too much product? Should I like try and take some of it off? Oh, she's a ghost. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead into concealer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I have a bunch of shades. Don't know what shade I will be because you can't really tell. I mean, you can tell by like the colors of them, but obviously it probably won't be exactly the right color. So I'm gonna try number 2 for now. And then maybe 4 if it's too light. Using a little concealer brush. This is the Sigma Precision Flat P80. Just dipping in a little bit and going in. I mean, I usually like to do my concealer a bit lighter than my face. I mean, my face is already super light from this foundation. I don't want my under eyes to be dark. Usually I'll put a eyelid base on my eyelids because, sorry, I'm getting messages. because usually my eyelids crease a lot with eyeshadow and even without eyeshadow, but obviously I don't have a sample of that, and so I'm just gonna skip it. I'm just applying some concealer on my eyelid. I don't know if it's just because I'm doing my makeup in like super natural lighting. I don't know how I feel about the foundation because it's very, I don't know, my skin texture is just so obvious. And obviously the color wasn't necessarily the correct one, but all right, let's see what shade this translucent setting powder is by Hourglass. I mean, it does say translucent, but it's actually a bigger size than I anticipated, which is nice. And it's this like light banana kind of color here. So I think I'm gonna use this underneath my eyes. And then I'll probably use the Laura Mercier translucent honey shade on the rest of my face. We'll see if it makes me really too tan, or it might help with the ghost effect. So my under eyes are a little bit dry, and it was already kind of creasing with the concealer. Literally every single concealer does that to me. I don't know if I just haven't tried the perfect concealer for me, but at the same time, so many other ones that I've used before that everyone's like, oh, it doesn't crease. It creases on me. So I don't know if it's just me. Yeah, I don't think it's the concealer. So the concealer did give a really nice coverage. Can't see my dark circles any longer. This is probably an okay shade. I would usually bake with a beauty blender, but I actually had to throw out my translucent powder that I have because I dropped tea all over my makeup while I was doing it, and yeah, all the tea with milk and sugar, it was like chai tea latte, got in my translucent powder, so I had to throw it out. And I've been using just like a pressed powder recently, and I don't like to stick my beauty blender in there. I'll just use this brush, which is Real Techniques, I don't even know, it's like a flat kind of brush like this, and it's been pretty good. I just pack it into my under eye. Not as great as baking it and like using the translucent powder, but it's done the job. All right, I'm just gonna let it sit there a little bit, almost like a bake, and see how it wears. But moving on to face powder, like I said, I'm gonna use the translucent honey one. It is much darker than my face maybe needs. Oh, shoot, no. I have cream blush. What am I doing? Where is it? Moving to blush and glow. This is the Rare Beauty little sample that I have. I have the color Joy and Bliss in the blush, and Transcend and Flaunt in the highlights. I have not tried the blushes before, but I do have, I think I have the Transcend color. Actually, I'm not sure. I'll double check. I really like it. So I could probably use a full size of the gold one because I really like gold highlights. So if I like it on my skin, then I might just buy it. The blushes, the Joy one is dewy, but the Bliss one is a more matte one. I think I'm going to go with Bliss one just because I like a light kind of blush. It's super pretty. And just like the foundation, there might be just like a tiny bit of separation, but that's okay, we'll mix it up. I'll just use my finger, grab just a little bit. I don't know how much I need. I don't know if that's too much and people are screaming at their screens right now. I usually put a ton of the Milk one that I have. That's the only cream blush I've ever used. And I just apply it like as if I were a Nutcracker doll or a doll in general, and then I stipple that out or use a beauty blender. So hopefully that cream and the powder under my eyes don't kind of mess up, but it is way more pigmented. Great. Which is great. You know, a little goes a long way, but obviously I put way too much. I got carried away. Yeah, now I look like I have a sunburn. All right, we'll tone it down a little bit. Pretty highlight. Let's do the gold one in Flaunt. Ooh, she's pretty. Very gold, molten gold color. I'm gonna use this tinier stippling brush, grab it with my pinky. This might interact with the powder kind of weird, but that's okay. The only thing with this highlighter is while you can see the glow, I feel like whenever I like powder on top, like I try not to get it on top of that, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes I just need to put a powder highlight on top to really, you know, accentuate it. I don't know. I don't know if you have the same feeling. Yeah, I feel like it blends in a little too much sometimes. So those are just my thoughts. The gold color is pretty. I have, like I said, the lighter pink color in the name that I will put on the screen. I just don't remember what color it is. Let's do the powder. Let's try it out. At the same time, I feel like the foundation kind of oxidized a bit. Now it's looking a bit less light on my face. So yeah, even before I powdered, you know? I don't know if you could tell. All right, let's swipe away my under eye. Now let's bronze. I realized how dry my lips were. I just went in and just did a little lip scrub and put some lip balm on them. And my foundation in the bathroom, it doesn't look as bad as I thought, which is a surprise. I'm wondering if I don't hate it as much as I thought I did, because I was gonna say like maybe I don't recommend the foundation, but I don't know, it's not so bad. All right, let's give this a try. It is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer, and it's very interesting. It's in a paper format. I just ripped the plastic bit off. Don't know how much product I'll get out of this, but sample size, very interesting. I'm gonna use my Morphe R7 brush, swipe it. Oh, it's in the air. I don't think it's the one I have. I think the one I have is more of a shimmery style bronzer. This one is definitely more matte, but has a nice color to it. I'm gonna nose contour. And now I think I'm just gonna add it to my crease as well as like a little eyelid contour as well. The only thing I wasn't anticipating was the fact that I was like, oh, I'll put highlighter on my lid. But the highlighter is very much cream product. From this limited knowledge of makeup that I do have, I know that you're meant to put cream first, powder second, no cream products after the fact. But I'm gonna break the rules because I just wanna see how it looks on my eyelids. Is this gonna be a mistake? Maybe. Oh my. I think I'm just applying with my fingers. Eyeshadow in a pinch. And what the heck? We'll just do a little extra something something. Back in with that bronzer a little bit. Not horrible, not the best, but not horrible. I'm gonna take some bronzer underneath my eyes as well, on the waterline area, sort of. My under eye is creasing a little bit. So there's that. Mascara is on. I use the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal, a favorite of mine. For lips, which I almost forgot, I think I might use the Tom Ford in the shade Indian Rose. It's a really nice like mauvey color. And then on top, I'll add the Dolly Shimmering Pout Plumping Shine by Buxom. It's a pumping lip polish. Oh my god. It's a pumping lip polish. That's what it says. Alright, it even comes with a little brush, this Tom Ford one, which is cute. I don't know if I'll ever use this coral color because I don't think I'm that brave, but the red color is really pretty. Right up my alley of reds, like it's nice and dark. But this mauvey color is calling my name. And it's like a lipstick consistency. It's very thick. There we go. I did apply it with the brush, which is very stiff. The bristles are clumped together and it's like a plastic spatula. The color is super pretty. It's very like slick, like lipstick feeling. Nothing is dried down. It's, I don't even know what this is technically called. Okay, I think it's just the Tom Ford lip color lipstick. Seems super moisturizing. My lips don't look dry at all. It's definitely something that will maybe get on your teeth or like transfer and, you know, come off when you're eating food. It's not like a liquid lip or anything like that. If you're a lipstick kind of person, very pretty color. Indian Rose, as I said. And there's the true coral color, as well as the Scarlet Rouge, which came in these samples. I'm not a huge lipstick person, but it's a very pretty color. Very flattering. Let's do the Buxom Plump Up the Volume. There's the Gold Serena color, Brandy, I think it says. It's like a berry, and then Dolly is the one that matches my lips the most. This seems pigmented enough just to put on bare lips, but I wanted to try as many products as possible. I'm just using the Real Techniques, it's like a lip brush, retractable lip brush. It's very gooey, just like a lip gloss, and very shiny. I feel like when I was younger, my mom would have a lot of lip plumping products or like lip glosses, not a ton. I would like go into her makeup drawers and use them. Then I always hated the way they made my lips tingle. As I suspected, very perfect color with the lipstick, and it's got like a cooling sensation. It doesn't smell like peppermint, but if you've used peppermint oil on your forehead for like headaches, which is what I do, it feels like that, very cold. Let's see how it plumps. Definitely provides a nice gloss, and it's not tingling, which thank God, because I don't like the tingle sensation. I'm pretty much done. I hate the way my under eyes look. They're just so white looking. I mean, it's just like very distinct. So just ignore that, as well as any creasing on my eyelids. This is the makeup. All done. I feel like, okay, some takeaways. I'm really liking the lip plumping gloss. It feels not too sticky, not tingling and weird and numbing, but cool. I feel like I would definitely recommend that Buxom lip gloss. I love the highlighter by Rare Beauty. I think it is a great liquid highlight. It's not too in your face, but you can definitely see it. I can see it. As well as the blush, very pigmented, and I really love the colors, both colors, but especially the one that I used. Very nice light pink. The foundation, I'm not entirely sure. Every time I go into the bathroom and look in the mirror, and even now, like, it's looking better, but it did oxidize a lot, so keep that in mind if you're looking for a specific shade. I don't know, it just sat kind of weird at the very beginning. So I don't know, maybe I'll give it a second chance and it might surprise me. The powders were great. Both of them, the Hourglass one and the Laura Mercier one. Laura Mercier powders, I've heard great things about them. I just haven't, you know, purchased them as much because they're the higher price point, and I do use the Maybelline Fit Me for the most part. But I mean, I would recommend them. If I could buy them, I would buy them more. There's lipstick all over my teeth, and I can see that. Like, I kind of love the makeup. I would also not recommend putting that like liquid product on my eyelid after powder. Not the best idea. The concealer, I think I need to give it another try to actually know. I've heard a lot of great things about the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, so I don't know if it's just my under eye. I don't know if it's just dry or what. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed these makeup first impressions and my Sephora savings event recommendations. Please let me know what you'll be picking up at the Sephora VIB sale or savings event in the next few days. I'll put the days on the screen as well as in the description, along with all the links. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.